again, we find ourselves running down Route 80 west in Pennsylvania, heading for Ohio and then Fort Wayne, Indiana. So to finish this story about Fargo, North Dakota on New Year's Eve, it's New Year's Eve day. New Year's is that night, and we got the car started, we got the truck started. The truck did start. We got the ice chipped off so that we could get the thing to steer, because it was all wet from the day before and froze up. So we heated that up, got the truck started, got the car started, and down the road we went. We went to 10 miles and dropped the truck off at this electric company. Now, when we did, I drop it off. Now, there's a good 3.5 foot of frozen new snow, but it had been ice over the top. It was frozen, inch of ice on top of that. So I dropped the truck off in this little spot they had plowed out in the parking lot and walked into the shop where there's guys trying to get ready to go out and fix the electric line. I give him the paperwork and I said, I'm picking up your broken down truck. And he says, oh yeah, good luck. He hands me the paperwork on it, walks through the door and points to this truck that's in a 3.5 foot of new snow with an inch of ice over it, in the middle of what looked like just a field. It was a huge parking lot, but had not been plowed. So it looked like a baby seal that had just come out of the ice in the Arctic Circle all by itself out there. He hands me the paperwork and laughs and says, good luck, and then walks away. So man, I go out to the wife and I says, well, there's the truck we have to pick up, and I point way out, probably almost a city block into this huge parking lot, and there sits this truck all by itself out there in the corner of the parking lot. Man, if she don't break into tears again. She says, that's it. I've had it, I quit. And I says, no, go put on something with nice cleavage and get back out here. Get back up here to the truck. Well, she didn't have anything with nice cleavage, but anyway, at the time she had great cleavage. I put her in an Arctic jacket and waited until this guy in a great big monstrous front end loader who is moving snow for the city, putting it into dump trucks and hauling it out of the intersections. So he comes rolling by. I says, get out there and ask him, bat your eyes at him, show him your cleavage, and ask him when he thinks they're going to get to plow this driveway, that you got to get that truck out of there. And knowing that he wasn't working for the electric company, he was working for the city. So she says, no, I can't do that. And I said, that's our only hope. So she walks out in her friendly little way, stops the guy, and of course he stops for a woman. He probably would have run my ass over. He stops for her, they chat for the longest time. All of a sudden she starts back for the truck. He takes a U-turn, throws the blade down, comes in the driveway, pushing snow, and right across that parking lot carves a single lane road in the snow all the way to that truck. Then drags out a chain, and it's only one lane, but all the way almost 3/4 of a city block out to that truck, grabs the chain, hooks it on the hook on the bucket, hooks it on the truck, and then signals us, hey, come on, get over here. We will run over there, jump in the truck, it starts right up. It's still frozen to the ground. He grabs that thing in reverse, and away we went. He towed us out to the road. I tried to give him $50, which is all I had on me. He wouldn't even hear of it. He just thanked the wife, gave her a great big hug, and down the road he went. Well, we had to change the hitch on the front of the car, that tow bar. So I says, quick dear, before anything else happens, change that hitch. I'll get the truck ready to travel. So she's changing the hitch. It's now 20 below zero, and I mean just bitter cold. And all of a sudden you can hear this huge crack. I knew what had happened. She had pulled to try to loosen the bolt, which was frozen, and that whole tow bar came down on her nose and broke her nose flat in 20 below zero. I got to give her credit. She put her big girl panties on, and after saying a few cuss words and screaming and sort of shaping her nose back where it belongs, both eyes are red, turned black eventually. She says, nah, we're on a mission now. Let's get this damn thing hooked up. And we did, took it out into Salt Lake City, Utah 2 days later and dropped it off. And I had to be proud of her. She went that whole way with a broken nose. But here's my point. When you come to the point in your life that everything's gone to hell, there's no way to get yourself out of the mess you're in, take a nap. Take a deep breath or whatever, but give yourself time to think about it, and your subconscious, for whatever reason, will come up with an answer. But you got to get mean, you got to get fighting, last ditch effort, either kill me or let me loose, mean, and you got to dig your heels in and just be on a mission and do the damn thing. Because if you're not willing to, that's where you're going to be stuck. Well, while we have the time left on this chapter, and you're already captivated, and I'm not doing anything special, let's go back over that Allison transmission and see if I can explain it a little better to you in the daylight. There's the control panel. We're in 6th gear. It just shifted down to 5th as we're going up a hill. So you got reverse, neutral, and drive. Just like a car, you got an up and down button for shifting gears, and there is the mode button. And right on the upper right hand side is a little red light for mode. This one is locked out because you have a engine brake on it, which does the trick of that mode. I guess I need to stay on the road. Now you remember I was telling you about all those buttons that are on this dash. It's sort of overwhelming when you first look at it. And there's a weigh station, can't wait for those. There isn't many of them still left open. And let's go over the buttons in this dash real quick because they're not quite as intimidating if you look at them one at a time. Now there's your cruise control. The left one is on, the right one is set, and resume, accelerate, and coast. Now self-explanatory. That is a spike brake for a trailer. So if you have an air trailer and you're on a slippery road or in a curve, or you're in a jackknife position and you want to brake with that trailer only, that's where to do it. Or to save your brakes, you would spike it from up here. It's just like stepping on the brake pedal, only it's called spiking the brakes. Now, just like I told you, there's a weigh station, but like most weigh stations today, they found out that there is no money in it, in weigh stations, so it's not open. So we're waiting for this truck in front of us to pick up some speed. We're in no big hurry. The truckers use it now for a rest stop. You can see here on the right. I gotta learn to stay on the road. So let's go back. Here's cruise control. There's your brake spike. Of course, there's your AM/FM radio with a CD player. This is your interior lights, on and off for your dome light. Now let's go to the differential lock-ins. See if I can hold this still enough for you. This first one, if you look, that's the rear driver axle, and you can see a little blank spot where it's showing you which one it controls. That locks your rear axle left to right into place, so all the wheels on the rear axle turn at the same speed. The next one to the right is your front axle, so that switch has got a little indicator that the front axle is locked in. Then we go over, and this is a master switch here, if you can see that. I don't know if you can read it. Master switch is the first white taped one. PTO, power takeoff, is the next one. Strobe lights, and then your work lights. This one has big floodlights on it for work lights. So we move down, and this is a interlock so that it's all-wheel drive. And the front axle doesn't drive on this, so that switch is not really correct. But this will lock the two axles, the two rears, together, so all 16 tires will be turning at the same exact speed. That's when I was telling you, once it's in there, it's going to go in a straight line. This is the exhaust filter cleaner for your DEF, and it cleans the exhaust, supposedly. This is low and high range in the drivetrain. So this switches everything into granny to get you out of the mud. And this is locked inner axles. So that will bring every single axle together when you're in low range. Down here is the door lock and unlock, and your window rollers, and your cigarette lighter. The yellow one is your air pressure. The red one is your trailer pressure. So you pretty much have seen everything on that dad. The lights, the running lights and that, and the dimmers are on the left-hand side. You don't need to see those. Now, like I was telling you, having all of these interlocking switches is a really great thing when you're in trouble. Or this truck is made for running off-roads in bushes and up and down mountains. So they're really great for getting you out of sticky spots. But, number one, they eat fuel like crazy. There's no such thing as fuel mileage. These things with all the axles locked in suck the fuel down like it's crazy. Also, like we talked about before, once you have all these axles, tires, and inner axle locks locked together, that truck, no matter where you try to steer it, it's going in a straight line. Because you've got 16 to 24 to sometimes 36 tires all traveling in a straight line with one poor little pair of steer axles or two trying to turn you. You've got to disconnect them when you start going down the road, or you have no mileage whatsoever. And these things get about 5 miles a gallon to begin with. So if you have to sacrifice another 2.5 miles a gallon for those interlocking switches, that makes it a very expensive trip. So that's basically the lowdown on an Allison transmission. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I got everything correct.